like you're selling yourself to the hiring director or your future boss.
Manifests itself across time and space. And Jung would say it's built into your psyche, that image. Now, there are elements of it that are culturally constructed. It wouldn't necessarily have to be the cross, although the cross is a very old symbol. It's far older than its use in Christianity, and it's been used in many, many religious representations. But that echoes, the soul echoes with that. And well, and then there's Moses up there on the mount receiving the.
I just want to see where I left off.
So we'll talk a lot more about that when we get to Exodus. But if we get to Exodus. So, well, look, where does it happen? Well, on a mountain. Well, that's a pyramid. That's up, right? That's up. It's up. It's up in the stratosphere. It's up in the sky where you look upward. Okay. And then, so what's happening to Moses? Well, here's a bit of a clue, as far as I can tell. I figured this out partly again by reading Jean Piaget, because one of the things that Piaget said about kids was that.
Okay, that's pretty much where I expected. So again, it seems my stream has crashed. And I think probably what happened at that point is I received a phone call, and apparently getting a phone call is going to crash the stream coming from the phone. And you know what? I'm no longer signed in here either. That's kind of weird. Maybe it's a glitch with YouTube? Who am I? Which accounts? Alright, so we're good there. Let's go to Creator Studio. Live stream. Events. When you're using the 360, you're going to find your live stream and events. It took me a while to figure that out. And that's a pain not knowing. I'm going to go ahead and edit this because that's not what I want for a description. I need to get a whole new pop out. Pop out. Live chat pop out. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and just copy my description from before. So keep a, oops. Let's see, home. I need to go to my channel. Videos. 5.1. I thought I checked. Oh, okay, it's 5.2 actually. Let's go edit that. So we're at 5.3, unfortunately. But that one lasted 2 hours. Almost exactly 2 hours, so we're getting somewhere. I need to find a way to stop incoming calls on my phone. Maybe I can look that up on YouTube or something. Business setup. Oh, try this. I just need to put 5.3 on there. Get all the stuff I had for the previous description and my tags. Some of the things I want to do for this stream is I want to track my health. Like I need to weigh myself and see where I'm at in weight. Because I do have a shipment. I keep talking about checking that. Let me do that real quick. Okay, so we're looking good. I'm feeling good about this. I just want to take a look. I'm always like paranoid that things aren't working. Okay, so we're looking good. All right, we're sounding good. Why does it keep asking me to sign in? I think if I reset this, it probably will be fine. It's asking me to sign in. Sign in, sign in, sign in. What am I signing in as? CannCoder. I want to be CannCoder right now. Sign out. Jeez. Sign in. You know, you think it would give you an option. CannCoder. That's what I want. In case you guys haven't figured it out, when my stream that I was talking about earlier in 5.2 is CannCoder. All right, so let's go ahead and let's get back to what we were talking about earlier. You know what? I keep talking about looking at my tracking my order. Well, you know what? Let's go ahead and verify this. I'm doing so many different things. Let's go ahead and do the verification. See what that does. What the heck is going on now? Enter the URL property to verify? I don't know. I guess this? Oh yeah, this.callcoder.com. Something like that. Let's try this. CannCoder. Hopefully that works. I'm not a robot. Select all the squares with the vehicle. This one? I kind of feel like this one too. Guess not. How am I wrong here? Ah! It's a good point though. I can't get that thing to work either. Google! Look at my problems. What am I supposed to do? I don't get it. What's this? What's that supposed to do? I don't know. Upload this file to this. See, I don't get any of this stuff. I'll figure it out someday. Maybe I'll watch a video on how to do it. Stupid. I think I'll try it one more time. I'm not a robot. Oh, there's a hidden card over here. It's a trick. Oh well, whatever. I don't care right now. Why do they make it so hard? Why don't you use the same language? It's the same company. It's Google. Whatever. Anyways, so let's go back to this is really what I was talking about before. Oh, did I add this to my favorites? Let's go to my channel. Why? Why do I need to stay here? Save changes. Reload. Alright, we're good there. So let's go to my channel. You know, one way I'm able to tell whether or not this thing is still streaming is I could see how long I've been streaming for on the camera itself, which is really cool, actually. I wish I would have something like this on OBS. It would make life so much easier. There's certain times when I'm doing something and something just happens. Like, let's say something incredible just happened. I wanted to be able to come back and reference that. If I've got like a 12-hour stream, I don't have 12 hours to go through. And even if I fast forward, it could be very difficult for me to find that point that I wanted to reference. But with this, it tells you exactly where I am. I'm 12 minutes, 34 seconds into the video. And if something just happens, I can write that number down and I can go back to that point and then just go back a little bit before that. Very useful. Very powerful. OBS, please. That would be an awesome feature to have. I forgot what I was going to do. I came here for a reason. I wanted to see if I had my playlist. My updated. I don't know. I guess not. I have no playlist. I want to go ahead and add this to my playlist. What am I going to call it? That was the original question. Oh well, let's just go back.
More representations of God.
Guess what? I know where my reference is.
Clue.
This is exactly where I want to be. So let's add. We're going to create a playlist. It's going to be public. And what are we going to call it? I want to call it, because it's not really necessarily just for business. This is good information on so many different levels. Focus. I want focus to be like a high priority topic. Well, because really, I am saving this entire video. We're talking about pyramids, right? Good pyramid, bad pyramid? I think that might be a good word. Good, because I'm going to want examples of what the difference is between an illegal pyramid and a legal pyramid. I want to be able to reference that and do it often. So we'll call it good pyramid, bad pyramid. He doesn't really talk about bad pyramids, but I'm going to use this. Whenever I'm talking about somebody, like let's say somebody comes on the stream and they say, isn't this a pyramid scheme? Then I'm going to have to say, what do you mean? Define pyramid scheme. And you know what? People always tell me, they always do this. A triangle. And I'm like, that doesn't tell me anything. What does that mean? Well, it's a pyramid. And they draw a little picture. Oh my God. You know who's horrible at this? John Oliver. John Oliver is supposed to be a funny guy. He's getting less and less funny over time. And he does the same thing. It's in the shape of a pyramid. The guy is like one of the most ignorant people out there. I really miss Jon Stewart. The guy actually had some intelligence and did his own research. But John Oliver did one on multi-level marketing, and it was like the most ignorant commentary I've ever seen. You know, I know he's trying to be funny, it would be funny if a lot of stuff he was saying was true, but he's clueless. I mean, and most of us are, and probably even I'm not nearly as knowledgeable as I think I am, but you don't know multi-level marketing unless you've done it. Period. But, and that's part of what the stream's for, just kind of an education thing. And even if you're an MLMer for life, you're in this for the long haul. There's nobody in this world going to be able to convince you otherwise. You're still going to want to be able to deal with people who don't understand the difference between a legal pyramid, a legitimate moral pyramid. Well, I wouldn't say moral, but the fact that we use pyramids in every structure, period, versus the abuse of that structure, illegal pyramids. I think it'd probably be more accurate to say bad pyramid. You have good pyramids and you have bad pyramids. So good pyramid, bad pyramid. That's what I'm going to call this thing. And I think it's going to be an important topic because you're going to get people who are going to challenge you and say that what you're doing is a pyramid scheme, which means nothing. When somebody tells me what you're doing is a pyramid scheme, I'm like, thank you? I mean, I don't know what you're saying. I don't get it. Describe. When people say that, they don't really know what they're saying. What they're saying, one of the things I've learned about sales is whenever you get an objection like that, it's not that that person is saying no. A lot of people assume, okay, this person's never going to get in. They just told me. That's not what they're saying. Really, an objection is just say, I don't have enough information. That's all it's saying. I don't have enough information to be able to say yes to this. That's anything. Doesn't matter. Even if you're at a job interview. If somebody says, well, even though we're doing this interview, I'll keep you in mind for a future date, but we're not really looking, this position's been filled, we're not really looking for anybody right now. That might be an objection that you may have to overcome. We call it overcoming objections in sales, in any form of sales. The pyramid one, you may have to overcome that. And it's just a matter of education and knowledge, and don't assume you're going to be able to convince everybody, because there's going to be people, there's nothing you're going to be able to say to get them to even consider trying to understand what a pyramid is, right? What a pyramid structure is, a pyramid organizational structure is. And if you don't know to get a better idea of what I'm talking about, you might want to go back to day 5.2, and towards the end of that, you have a better understanding of what I'm trying to say, I think. Something like that. 5.2. I talk about the fact that there are legal pyramids and illegal pyramids, and pyramid organizational structures are everywhere, including in the United States, the government, PTA, your family structure, your social structures, whatever. Anyways, also John Peterson on the Illuminati, I guess. I'm putting this in the playlist. This whole thing we'll discuss. The concepts behind the pyramids, really.
As far as I can tell, I figured this out partly again by reading Jean Piaget, because one of the things that Piaget said about kids was that they first learn to play a game, but they don't know what the rules are. Meaning that if you have a bunch of kids together, they can play a game, but if you take one of the kids out of the game when they're young, say 6, and you say what are the rules, they can only sort of give you a representation. So you take 6-year-old 1 and he'll tell you some of the rules, and 6-year-old 2 will tell you different rules, and 6-year-old 3 will tell you different rules, but if you put them all together, they can play. So they have the knowledge embodied either individually or in the group. The knowledge is there to be extracted. Well, then they get a little older, they can extract the rules, and then they start to play by the rules. And then Piaget's last step was, well, it isn't just that kids play by the rules, it's that they learn that they can make the rules. And he thought about that as moral progression. First you can play, then you can play by the rules. Then you learn, maybe, because he didn't think everyone learned this, that you're actually the master of the rules. That doesn't mean the rules are arbitrary, but it means that you can be the generator of the rules, assuming that you know how to play the game. And he thought about that as a moral progression. And then I thought, well, that's exactly what happened to Moses in the story of Exodus, because Moses is out there leading all those Israelites around, and like, they don't have a law, they don't have a lawgiver, they have a tradition. They're all like crabby because, well, they're in a desert. It's like, they were in a tyranny, but now they're in a desert. It's like, that's no improvement. So they're really getting pretty bitchy about it. And so they're worshiping false idols and having one catastrophe after another. And they get Moses to judge their conflicts. And so he does that for God only knows how long. Forever. Crabby Israelites come to Moses and bitch at him. It's like, well, he did this and she did that. And so then he has to figure out how to make peace. And he does that so long that one of his, I think it's his father-in-law, tells him he has to stop doing it because he's going to exhaust himself. Well, then you think, well, what's happening? Well, and I'm not assuming that this is like a literal historical story. I think, again, it's a condensation. Well, any group has a set of customs, just like a wolf pack does. And so then the customs are being manifest, and someone who's a genius is watching and thinking, okay, well, what's the rule in this situation? What's the rule in this situation? What's the rule in this situation? And then in his imagination, the rules turn into a hierarchy, and then he goes up on the mountain and he goes bang, and he thinks, oh my God, here's the rules that we've been living by all this time. And that's the revelation of the commandments. Well, and you think, well, how else could it be? You think the rules came first and obeying them came second? It's like, no, the rules come first. Sorry, the actions come first. The obeying them comes first. And then you figure out what everybody's up to, and you say, hey, look, this is what you've been up to all along. Everybody goes, oh, yeah, that seems to make sense. And if it didn't, who would follow them? No one was going to follow them if they don't match what's already there. You just think about that as unjust. And so that's portrayed here as a cataclysmic human event. It's like, oh my God, we've been chimpanzees. We've been in this hierarchy of authority for so long. We have no idea what we're doing. And all of a sudden, poof, it burst into revelatory consciousness. And we could say, here is the law. And you say, well, is it given by God? Well, hey, it depends on what you mean by God. We could start with that presupposition, but it's not like it just came out of nowhere. And this is something else Nietzsche.
Really, the whole point that I was trying to focus on was the fact that in a group, not everybody knows everything. Not one person knows everything. And as a group, we can make things happen, basically. We can play the game. So, I think that's powerful. And I want a link to that. I'm going to try this again. Let's go back to...
Clue, as far as I can tell.
So I want to save this at this point. Share. Starting at... That's what I want right there. Boom. I'm going to put that in the description of my video. If I can find it. I need to go to my I need to go to Creator Studio, live stream, events, live event happening right now. Let's go and edit this video. I'm gonna put a link over here. I want to title it group I think that's something you need to watch over and over and over again because it's powerful. It's a powerful illustration of how the world works sometimes, and A lot of times I think we assume that there's somebody in the company that just knows it all. They know everything from start to finish. But I don't believe that. And I think he explained it very well. There was another moment where he explained it again. Very well. Even better than this, but I think it's okay for now. If I see it again, I'll just add that as a link, maybe to the website or something. I don't know why people are fixated with the Illuminati. Half the people don't even know what it means. Half the people who are against the Illuminati have no idea what the Illuminati is. Doesn't even exist anymore. But it's just a group of people who are trying to say that out of the Dark Ages, they're talking about a different way of thinking, like the idea that there's more to life than the church, I guess you could say. That the church is not infallible, doesn't know everything. And a lot of Christians aren't going to want to hear that. It's painful to the ears of most Christians, but I think that you have to be open-minded in order to be able to get along in life. Oh yeah, I was going to come in here and check to see where I have a shipment. And I need to know where it's at. By the way, I don't know if I've said this. I think I've tried to say this before in a previous stream that crashed, and I was talking to myself for a while. One of the ways, because I've been in multiple MLMs, I've been in Amway, Organo Gold, Beachbody. I've been in Amway a few times. I kind of miss Amway, really. I miss the products more than anything else. As much as anything else, I won't say more than anything else. But I judge these companies based on customer service. To me, that's an important measuring factor as to how well a company's doing. And I had put in the wrong Social Security number for tax purposes, and I just was really obsessed to get it fixed right away because I knew that without it, you're not going to get paid without the proper information. I got one number out of the entire sequence wrong. Very annoying. And it was the one thing I couldn't fix when I set things up. It's the one thing you can't come back and just change in the back office. I called them up, and it was pretty quick to get a person on the other end, and they fixed it fast. All they did was reset it, and then you just put the information back in. They don't want to hear your Social Security number over the phone. So that all sounds really good. That's all really good. That makes me feel very confident about this company. Ooh, business cards. That'd be cool. Might have to get some. Yeah, where's my orders? I need to check my orders. I know there's a way to do it in here. Oh, that's order apparel. Huh, interesting. See, I didn't even know that. I need to come in here and just play around. Oh, let's see. Purchase product. Order history. That's what I'm looking for. Let's log in. Feel free to email me. It's CannCoder at gmail.com. If you have any questions, you can email me directly And I can track this product. Here, I gotta track the number. Straight to UPS. Sweet. So it was delivered on the... It was scheduled. The scheduled delivery is on the 5th, which is 3 days from now. Last location, it departed from Los Angeles, California, United States. I mean, isn't that great? That's a beautiful thing. And then you got the schedule: L.A., San Diego, United States. Yeah, it gives you the dates for everything. This is where it's been so far. So you got the order. Originally scanned in San Diego, and then in a day it ended up in LA. Getting ready to be shipped out to Texas, I'm sure. Package. Carbon neutral, yes. Weighs about a pound. Okay, cool. So, I mean, that's nice. You can track your order with a click of a button. It takes you straight to UPS. You have to track your number. It's automatically put in there. That's pretty cool. I like that. I give that an A+. By the way, I have to go to work today at 2. I close tonight. I'll get out to about 10:30. Right now it's about 9 a.m. I woke up around 4 o'clock. I had planned on waking up at 6, but I couldn't sleep anymore. It's not because I feel anxious. I just wasn't sleepy. So I kind of woke up 2 hours early, which is about right. It's about how much sleep I've been getting lately. So I need to find a way to, like, note to self, right? I need to find a way to block all incoming calls during a live stream so that my live stream will not be interrupted. Then I got to come back and I got to do all this here, which I think I haven't done yet, right? Looks like I did do it. Okay. So I'm happy there. Playing games is mandatory.
Died before the first year, and the ones that didn't die were permanently dysfunctional because you have to be touched if you're a human being. It's not an option. You have to be played with. It's not an option. It's part of neurodevelopmental necessity, and you have to also play fair. So, because otherwise you produce a very disjointed child who isn't able to engage in the niceties of social interaction, which is continual play in some sense and reciprocity. So what Panksepp did with his rats, he noticed that male rats, juveniles, really like to wrestle. And they wrestle just like human beings wrestle. They pin each other, for crying out loud. It's like that rat has just lost. He's down for a 10 count, right? And so what you do is you take juvenile rats and you can find out that they want to play because you can attach a